We have a very special guest in studio today. He is a worksite benefit specialist at Globe Life Liberty National Division and the wrestling coach at Fox High School, the great and powerful Alex Vaughn. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, sir.
Hey guys, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And
I
a member at
appreciate you guys.
Adventure Unknown. Forgot to mention that as well.
Oh yeah,
So it's been awesome. Yeah, because how long have you been a member now?
Going on 8 months.
Damn,
Going on about
that's
8 months
awesome.
now.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I think it was January, February I joined, so almost a whole year.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
pretty awesome.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome, man.
It's been great. It's been great.
Yeah, we love it here. So for the the people out there that don't know you, Alex, like what's tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I work for a company called Globe Life Liberty National Division, like you said. I'm a worksite benefits specialist. So what I do is I help employers provide valuable benefits for their employees, but it doesn't cost the employer anything. So they're just employee elective benefits. At the same time, though, it does create a tax savings for the business. So it's group rated. So since it's group rated, it's a little bit cheaper than everybody else on the market, about a third of the price of our competitors. So it's more so just trying to give people more than one option to look at. Don't ever want to come in and kick out somebody that's your friend that's been doing your benefits for 10 years. It's more so, hey, maybe they don't like this. Maybe they don't qualify for this one. Maybe they qualify for mine. Just give more options to look at.
Cool. And
Yeah.
how'd you get into that?
So a buddy of mine called me, let's say, I guess 3 years ago now. And he was talking to me and offered it up. And I was like, I don't really know. Like commission only. Like I'm kind of nervous about that. I was working for my dad at the time. And
Doing
I was doing sprinklers.
Okay.
So commercial fire sprinklers. I was designing the systems. Wasn't my favorite job, but I did like working with the dad, the uncle, and things like that. But one day I just woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being in a basement by myself. I'm a people person. I need to get out and talk to people. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Give it a shot. And now here I am. I've been the top 5 supervisors in the country for almost the entire year. And I was in the top 15 of all the agents last year. So it's been good. It's treated me really well. And I've learned a lot about myself and a lot about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, what are some of the things that you've learned about yourself?
Some things I learned about myself were that I was not believing in myself the way that I thought I was. I really thought I was believing in myself and was confident in myself, but thought I was a people person my entire life, which I am. But I was getting so nervous when I first started that I would kind of get sick in the parking lot. Like, oh, I can't go in there. I can't go in there. Because talking to regular people is, not that they're not regular people, but talking to your buddies or somebody at a bar or in a restaurant is a lot different than talking to like a CEO or the president of a company.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just kind of a little nerve wracking at first. So I learned that I haven't lost any of my discipline from wrestling when it comes to that. The relentlessness, the tenacity, like I still have that competitive drive. And I think that's what I really love about it is, always trying to reach that next level, always trying to level yourself up. So that's what I learned about myself is that spark that I had, 10 years ago is still there. Just put it out for a little bit. Just had it hidden.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, entrepreneurship can really test you like nothing else does. What's a moment that you remember thinking like, man, I might not make it through this one, and then how'd you get through it?
The moment that I thought I wasn't going to make it, I would say last year I went through quite a bit of family stuff. A year and a half ago, I lost my nephew a week after he was born.
Oh my gosh, man. Sorry to
Lost
hear
my
that.
grandmother shortly after that. Lost a friend or two in between those things, and it was just like one thing after another. Wasn't really seeing the success that I wanted to because I was distracted by all the outside stuff. But I just woke up one day and was like, oh, man, I got to get it together. Like this is what I'm good at. This is what I want to do. Like I want to build that life for my family, but also have that ability to spend time with them, have that free time. So I just looked in the mirror and was like, dude, get it together. Just get it together, pull it together. And I had a talk with a friend of mine. His name is Rocky Alaberti.
Yeah.
If you guys know
Yeah.
Rocky,
Oh, yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
new age guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
He's been on the show.
he's a great friend of mine. He's been a great mentor to me. I had a talk with him and I had a talk with my dad at the same time. And I was kind of like wanting to give up. And they're like, just don't give up. A quote that I've always lived by was one of my favorite quotes. It's actually from a wrestler. I can't remember who it was that said it, but it's keep believing in your miracle. So I just keep that in my head at all times. I'm like, all right, you got this. Like, just think about your dream, just keep going. Just keep going.
Keep believing in your miracle.
Yeah, but Dad and Rocky, they gave me a good old pep talk, and I was right back at it the next day. Like, all right, dude, get together.
Yeah, that's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
What are some of those things that you had to practice and learn to go from being able to just have that conversation with a friend or someone at a bar to having a conversation with the CEO or president of a company?
Honestly, I kind of treat them almost the same.
Mhm.
I think what I was doing in the beginning was I was trying too hard to not talk
Put
like
them on a pedestal.
like a
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
Like I was trying to be a robot, like trying to be a salesman instead of just, be a friend, like make a friend,
Yeah.
make a sale instead of just make a sale. So I think I was too focused on the actual verbiage, try to be as professional as possible, which you still want to do, but
Right.
just be intense. And so I had to learn how to just treat them like you treat your friends. Just talk to them like you talk to your friends, talk to them like a normal person. A lot of times those guys appreciate that.
Right.
For sure.
And whenever you
They're
get
not
all
getting
scared,
pitched. They're not getting pitched at that point. Now they're just
Yeah.
having a conversation.
and that's the biggest thing, like make a friend, make a sale. And like, when you're scared and you seem nervous and you're not confident in yourself, they can smell that. They smell blood in the water. They're like, all right,
This guy doesn't know what he's talking
you
about.
just lost all power that you potentially could have had
Yeah.
because you've got a shaky voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I kind of just had to take a deep breath and like, it's just another guy.
Yeah.
It's just another guy that owns a business. It's not a big deal. This guy is probably doing the same thing as me on Friday night, just
Mhm.
at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts his pants on one leg at a time, just like you do.
Yeah.
It's
It probably has the same stressors, the same everything. Just might be a little bit more at a higher scale, or maybe not.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Yeah.
yeah.
for
The
sure.
whole make a friend, make a sale thing. That's like a motto I've lived by my whole real estate career. Is like, people want to work with people that they like and are that are friends of theirs, and that's kind of how I try to make it feel with every single person that I work with. Is like I try to make them my friend, and like I want to create this relationship for life, so that because in my industry, like chances are you're probably gonna. Depending on how old you are, but probably the house that I sell you today is probably not the last house you're going to live in.
Right.
And so, like, whenever you go to sell that house or buy the next one, like, I want to have made such an impression on you, and we developed such a friendship that you wouldn't even think about calling anybody else.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. Cause I think a buddy of mine worded it kind of like this. Best way to word this here is a lot of times they're not necessarily going to remember the products that you're offering them, but they're going to remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest thing. If you make somebody feel good, maybe somebody does come around that is offering cheaper products than you, but this person absolutely loves you. Like they're going to stick with you. Like, if you've been there with them, you take care of them, you do your due diligence, you make sure that everything is going right for them. Doesn't matter if somebody's product is $2 cheaper, $10 cheaper. Like they like you for you. Like most of the sale starts with you yourself.
Well, that's the thing, is someone is always going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
There's always going to be someone cheaper out there, and I deal with that shit daily.
Yeah.
A bank and a credit union are always going to be cheaper than I am in terms of rates.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, what's my value add that keeps people coming back to me, wanting to work with me, wanting to use me, things like that. And it's just like my process. Like I'm not a salesperson. I like to educate people. That's how I look at it. Like I'm a shitty salesperson. I'm not going to sit here and try and convince you to take a 0.25% higher rate when you can go somewhere else. But hey, you know what? This is where I'm at. This is what I have to offer. If that's important to you, great. Then we're gonna work great together. If it's not, and that's really all you want, then I'm like, hey, I don't want to waste your time and take up more time than necessary. These are the people you should talk to.
Yeah.
I just push them to people that I know that are good. But
That's kind of how we do business too. We do like a needs-based approach. So I don't try to twist your arm.
no,
If you don't want it, you don't want it.
Right.
If you don't need it, I'm not going to sell it to you. That's
Right.
bad. That's bad business.
Right.
So basically what we do is we sit down and we educate people on, their health,
Yeah.
their standings, like maybe how much life insurance they need, or, what's your family history look like with this stuff. Educate them on it. And if they need it, then we'll show it to them. But
Right.
if they don't need it,
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw the book at you.
right. Well, you can ask him. He's sat here plenty of times where I'm like, yeah, it's not worth it. Don't, like, especially right now with refis, everybody's getting bombarded about refinancing their
Yeah.
home. Most of the time it doesn't make sense, but people are still pushing it because that, like,
It makes a commission.
yeah, they're making money on it. I'd rather tell somebody no and get their respect that way than just to make $1. That's where I'm at with it.
At the end of the day, it's more so about changing people's lives, leaving them in a better spot than they were before you met them.
Yes.
And instead of, hey, how much money can I make? Like,
Right.
how much of an impact can you make should really be the thought process.
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
Totally, man.
Well, and I look at it because I look at it not instead of clients or units or volume. It's like, how many families have I helped? When you look at it that way, it's putting more value to it than just, I closed this many units or I made this dollar volume. Like, no, I helped this family because now it's going to, like, there's a family that might need to buy a $40,000 house. I'm going to treat them the exact same way as someone that's buying $1 million house because they're a family that I'm helping. It's not because, I mean, like, people that get that $40,000 house are probably going to be more thankful and grateful than the person that gets the $1 million house. And so that's how I always look at it and treat it. And so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Agree.
For sure. Well, you coach wrestling at Fox, and you said you do that with your dad?
So, I moved back to St. Louis, let's say 2020. And
where were you?
I was down in Cape Girardeau.
Okay. From college, right?
Yeah, I went to SEMO for college and took a job out there right away. I was running a restaurant out there, a kitchen down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was a kitchen manager at a Texas Roadhouse in Cape Girardeau.
Yeah.
It's an awesome job. I met some incredible people, people that I worked with, people that worked for me, people that I worked for, just guests coming in. Like, I still have people that I worked with, 10 years ago that still text me like, dude, what's up? How are you? How are you doing?
Those relationships that you make working in a restaurant because it's kind of the same way, kind of the same shit as like, the people on the wrestling team, the people at the CrossFit gym. It's like you're all going through, like, it can get rough working at a restaurant. Like when you get busy, like, I did it for 10 years. And it's kind of the same. I mean, it's not the same because you're not like physically like going through like a crazy workout or something together, but like you're going through chaos together. Like we're getting through this dinner rush. Like we got a fucking million tickets piled up over here. We got to get this food out on time.
We're out of baked potatoes. We're out of green beans.
Fire the steaks.
Somebody's going to have to cut more sirloins. Like, please help me out.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's like a different breed of people. Like everybody's kind of got their own breed of people, but I've been a fast paced person. I love to move at a fast pace. So like being on a grill, that was like the
comfortable
best,
in the chaos, dude.
50 steaks and you're just got your tongs and you're just whacking them around, making a noise, kind of trading spots.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then whenever COVID hit, things got a little bit slow and they got a little tougher to get the hours that you needed for not just your guys, but honestly for yourself, especially if you're getting paid off, food bonuses.
Right. And then at least for us, because that's kind of when I transitioned out of the restaurant. It's like kind of right at COVID and like when all the restaurants shut down like right away, and then some of them opened up or we're still open, but when we opened back up it was just like all carry out. It was like and it was like, whoa, this is like completely changing the game. This is not what I like signed up for, because that's a whole different thing.
That's what we had to do too.
Yeah,
it was all carry out.
Sucks.
You'd go from doing $16,000 Saturday, $17,000 Saturday to doing 4,000 in to-goes. Yeah. That's a lot of to-go. Yeah. I don't care who you are. That's a lot of to-goes, especially if you're boxing them all up, boxing all the sauces, and then,
Well, the stakes are higher too, because like if you forget something in that bag, like it's a way bigger deal than like, oh shit, we forgot to put the butter on the plate. Like, we can just run one out to the table. But like the people already got home and they realize something's missing, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, they call you like, hey, a-hole, you left my ribeye on the grill.
Yeah.
Thanks, my bad, dude. Sorry, come back, I'll get you a free coupon. I'll get you a new one and a free coupon. And even then, some people are still mad. No,
for sure.
You pay for their whole meal, and they're
they got to come back up. And,
you're the worst. Yeah. You're the worst. I'm going to leave you a review on Facebook. Like what? On my personal page?
You even know my name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after COVID hit, I moved back here, started the sprinkler thing with my dad for a while. Was still actually kind of working at Texas Roadhouse off Lindbergh.
Okay.
I worked 4 jobs at one time when I first moved back here, just trying to make as much money as possible. I mean, it was COVID, right? I mean, there was nothing better to do than
what are you gonna do?
Just work. So I was working 4 jobs and finally got cut it down. Best buddy called me from high school. We used to wrestle with each other growing up in Little League. I think you know him too, Denny Kleinschrodt.
No, I don't.
He wrestled for Seckman. I thought we had kind of talked about him before. It might have been Aaron.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So we wrestled Little League together and wrestled opposite teams.
Okay.
In high school. But he called me and was like, "Hey man, I saw you're back in St. Louis. I need an assistant coach. You wanna help me out?" I was like, "Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Take me back to my alma mater because he's coaching at
Yeah.
my high school. He's the head coach. I'm the assistant coach." And then like 2 weeks later, he's like, "Dude, we need another assistant coach. You think your dad will help?" And it's like,
Mhm.
I'll ask him.
Was your dad your coach or like? Did
He
coach
was
back?
one of them. He
Okay.
coached us a lot. Honestly, he was a driving force behind a lot of my success in sports and just in life in general. But he was Matt's side every single time. He didn't miss tournaments, didn't miss matches. Like he was there. And if I was overweight, he's taking me to the gym. He's watching me work out. Like he's making sure that I'm on it.
Damn.
So he said,
That's
yeah,
a whole
and-
different dynamic, man.
Yeah.
That's something I didn't have any. That my parents were. They always showed up, but they were not like involved. Like, my dad couldn't show me how to make my double leg better or something. Like
No, yeah, he went to. I mean, even whenever I was in middle school, we'd go up to Perler, and he would sit there and watch the whole time, and he'd learn, and we would just go over stuff at home. I mean, he bought me wrestling mats. I had wrestling mats in my room in high school, and we would just wrestle downstairs in my room. It was a big room, but we were just like, hey, let's get some mats, and everybody would come over to my house. We'd wrestle all night long.
That's
cool.
awesome.
Like, yeah, no, it was awesome. So whenever he joined on, I went from being Coach Vaughn to Coach Little Vaughn. Now we got Big Vaughn and Little Vaughn. So
But that's gotta be fun for the kids too, though.
oh yeah, they love him. He loves it too. So no, it's been really good. He's been doing it for a long time. I mean, I think I was 12 whenever I started.
that's awesome.
So
Have you ever thought about making the leap to jiu-jitsu?
Yeah,
I
dude.
have thought about it. I'm kind of waiting right now I'm in the middle of wedding planning right now. So
Oh,
right
That's right.
now,
Congrats on the engagement.
between that and working right now and just planning, like I don't really have time for much. So
Sure.
soon as something opens up though, I think that's the next step for me. But we also talked about me after next year stepping down and doing some with the little league as opposed to the high
The
school
high school.
to just really get that little league solidified because we started our own like 2 years ago and they're doing great, but it would definitely help to have somebody like myself or another high school coach in that room that can really bring some more value and kind of knows what the room's going to look like when they get to high school so they can, we can prepare them for that.
Mm-hmm. Like
So-
kind of same systems and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it just works out better hour wise for me because every year they get out of school earlier and earlier. They're getting out of school at like 2:00.
Really?
That's crazy.
Yeah, 2:00. Practice starts at 2:30. So
Whoa.
if I'm an hour away, that means I'm cutting out of work at
You're an hour
12,
early.
12:30 to get there on time. So
Yeah.
those are little league, and that's every day. Little league's like 2-3 days a week, 6 to 8, 6 to 7:30. Like that is way more doable at that
For
point.
sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's something I've talked about too. But no, I've definitely thought about the jujitsu because
Dude,
I have a
you-
couple buddies that do it.
What's
Like Blake.
Yeah.
I've talked to him about it before too. I just haven't made the jump yet.
Yeah, dude.
Got to
you
work
love
on
it.
getting back in shape first.
No. You
don't
get
do
in shape
that.
from doing it.
You'll get in shape
You're
doing it.
gonna spend
yeah.
the rest of your life trying to get in shape.
I'm not
for
in terrible shape.
Well, that's the
but
thing, dude.
It
You've
could
got
get
such.
better.
If you've wrestled since you were 12, like, you're gonna go in with such a great like base of fundamentals. Like
Yeah.
those are the people that make the easiest transition to it. It's just the only thing, I mean, from the feet, you're gonna have a huge advantage over anybody in there. I mean,
sure.
like over. I shouldn't say anybody in there, but like vast majority of people, like you're gonna be able to take them down.
Right.
But the problem that you're gonna come in, that you're gonna face is like, okay, when we hit the ground, it's a completely different game. Like there's a
Yeah.
he doesn't care that he's on his back.
No.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
like it doesn't matter. Like he's
Exactly.
fine being here. And like that's not how you win. It's just it's similar, but it's a different game.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the fundamentals are going to be the same. It's like
Mhm.
you have the body awareness, and you just got to kind of learn the new moves, what not to do, because there's a lot of stereotypical things that wrestlers get caught in like right away when they transition. But like if you figure out like how to avoid putting your arm there or doing this, like wrestlers always get like triangle and guillotine
Or head up. Yeah.
So they'll head up, and you can scoop up that neck and grab the guillotine, or wrestlers tend to like lead with their head, so it makes triangles and stuff like that available.
Oh yeah.
So, just once you kind of figure that out, because that's what happened to me. Or you know, I'd have the habit of immediately, like, if I got taken down, I'd belly down. And then, like, that's the fucking worst thing you can do in jujitsu.
Yeah.
So I just gave this dude my back, you know?
Now you're like, oh, crap.
Yeah, now this guy's on my back, around my neck, and, you know, I'm in big trouble. So, you know, there's just little things like that you just get used to. It's just, you know, you got to, okay, when we hit the mat, I got to turn and face you. I can't, you know, got to turn and face my problem, not run away from it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, but dude, you'd love it.
I'm sure. I mean, dude, that was the perk of having wrestling mats too, because that's
Yeah.
back when, you know, UFC, everybody had heard of it, but it was starting to get bigger and bigger. So we're watching, you know, Chuck Liddell or somebody on the TV, and we're like, Omoplata, yeah, let's try that. And we're like, putting each other in moves, tapping each other out. We're like, hey, whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
easy. Yeah.
I think you did that one wrong. I think you did that one. That one hurt. That one hurt.
We were working on that yesterday.
So that's
Yeah.
that's the maximum experience I have on that, is watching it, YouTubing it, and like, all right, let's do it. Let's try it on each other.
Well, and then the other thing that, you know, it's going to be a big, like, new experience for you is when you train in the gi, because that's something you probably have never had any experience with, like being in the gi and someone grabbing your clothes, because that's like it's a whole nother element.
Getting
of it.
choked out by your gi, that's not fun either.
Yeah, because the gi is a weapon, you know?
Yeah, I think that probably the only time I've ever been choked out by my own clothes is if my dad was choking me out with my own shirt. Mouthing off.
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean, it's a whole different thing, you know, and you know, but there's no gi as well, and that's like definitely more like wrestle heavy. So like, but I think it's fun to do both and like learn both, because I think being good at both helps the other one. You know, I always kind of compare it to like outdoor soccer and indoor soccer. You know, it's like, yes, they're both soccer, but like one's a much like faster paced game, less, you know, things to worry about, you know, and it's the same game. It's just a little bit different.
Right.
So, but you know, you'd love it, man. I think you'd do really well.
That, and they were like, I forget who it was talking about it, but like to be really successful in jiu-jitsu, like if you're getting into competitions, like you have to be good at jiu-jitsu, you have to be good at wrestling, you have to be good at judo. Like those three things. Like it's not just jiu-jitsu that makes people successful when it comes to competition. It's the guys that are well-rounded in all three that really stand out and win a lot of these events.
Yeah, it's just grappling in general. You know, like it's just having that base of knowledge everywhere, no matter where we are standing on the ground. You know, like I know what to do with you depending on the rule set, because like all three of those grappling sports have very different rules, and you know, it just depends on what the rule set is, and you can kind of tailor your game to that.
Yeah, it's kind of just like wrestling whenever you've got the freestyle, the folk style, and the Greco.
Exactly.
And typically the guys that are well-rounded in all of them are the
best
better guys.
For sure.
They're the best guys.
Because they can implement, like, okay, if we're doing folk style, I can still throw you.
I can still throw you. I can't suplex you, but I can
throw you.
Yeah,
I can over under hip toss you, or I can, I can uchi, and then there's elements of judo there too. Like I can uchi you. I can, do all these other
freestyle rolls and stuff like that. Like, yeah, those are all really good to have. I always tell people the best decision I ever made was doing the freestyle and Greco, because I did learn you learn how to use your hips. Freestyle and Greco, learn how to use your hips. That's what really like helps you. A lot of those guys, they take somebody down and they just roll over the top of them because they don't know how to settle their hips. But when you're freestyle, you got to keep your hips to the mat, or Greco, you're trying to launch somebody. Like, you learn some serious control that you probably didn't have before.
Yeah. Oh no, 100%. I wish I would have. I never did any sort. I wrestled in high school, but I was only ever folk style. I wish I would have done some freestyle and some Greco. Like, looking back at it now, I'm sure, that would help me now, just having that base. I mean, I've become such a much better grappler through jiu-jitsu than I ever was in wrestling. But just because I'm doing it so much more.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It became more of a hobby than like the sport that I'm playing for these 3 months or whatever. I do it fucking year round. I do it 4 to 6 days a week for the last 7 years. Like I'm there every single, like you get fucking good at it. It just takes a while.
It's kind of like golf.
Yeah.
Kind of like golf.
Oh,
it takes a long time to get good at it, but if you
100%.
just keep going,
Yeah.
you'll get better eventually.
Keep showing up, just The biggest difference between that and golf, there's a lot of more physical,
More wear and
consequences.
tear.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A little bit more physical consequences.
Oh yeah, definitely more physical consequences.
Yeah.
As I'm
Mental
nursing a knee
wise
right
though,
now.
I think they're about the same.
What?
Mental wise though, I
mentally,
think they're
for
about
sure.
the same.
Mentally,
Absolutely.
it's
Like your favorite sport to hate.
Yeah. It's like, I think I might have said it the other day when we were playing. I was like, God, I fucking hate golf.
Yeah, I love-hate relationship
Yeah.
for sure. Days I play really well, I'm like, man, I really love this sport. I'm gonna go buy some new clubs.
Yeah.
The next day I play terrible. I'm like, I think I'm gonna sell these clubs.
Yeah.
dude, it's the same. It's the same way in grappling, dude. There's some days where I walk out of there and I feel like the fucking king of the world. I fucked everybody up today. And then there's other days you're like, man, I couldn't fucking get anything to work today. Like, what the fuck? And
Yeah.
it's just, you have good days and bad days on everything. It's just, you just keep showing up regardless.
Yep, that's for sure.
Yeah, man.
That's always the thing. You just keep showing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned wedding planning, newly engaged. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's
How has-
been a good time so far.
I'm sure. Yeah. How has commitment and partnership changed how you define success?
Partnership. Let's see. Well, I think when it comes down to that, how it's changed for me is I was pretty reliant on myself for a long period of time. Like I have friends and family, but a lot of times it isn't that easy. Like you don't ask for help. Like I didn't ask for help, and I didn't ask for like somebody to guide me or anything like that or support me. It's more so like, hey, I need some advice, Dad. Dad, I'm about to give up. I need advice, like that kind of help. But with Abby, my commitment and partnership with her, like she already knows how I feel by the time I walk in the door. And she's so overly positive about everything in a great way that, even on days that I am just absolutely mad or just distraught, she finds something to say that just brings me back. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm proud of you. It just like random. And like, she has no idea that I needed to hear that, that I'm like getting a little tear. I'm like, how do you know that?
Dude.
So like whenever I started doing this thing with her, I started opening up myself more to other people as well. And then, then I joined this club. I told you about like Rocky, and I started learning that partnership isn't necessarily like, hey, let's team up and do this. It's, hey, if you need help, like ask for it, like call me. And I call people all the time. I call them, ask them questions. I text them, ask them questions. I stop by and see them. And I think the biggest thing is it taught me is like, don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to lean on somebody. I feel like when people fail is when they're afraid to ask for help and they're afraid to lean on somebody because they think they're a burden. But that person's in your life for a reason, and you don't know what it is yet, maybe, but maybe it's for this. And Abby is her specifically. She's my rock.
That's awesome.
And then same thing with like one of my business partners. I work with a guy, his name's Ryan. I mean, we do a lot of cases together. We take care of a lot of businesses together. We hit the field together every single week, talk on the phone every single night. And it just always helps to have somebody that is going through the same thing as you, as opposed to somebody, maybe that isn't an entrepreneur that is working a kind of a cushy job. It's like, hey man, you're going to be fine. Like, you don't know that because you're not commission only.
Right.
Like you're not commission only. You're not pushing yourself. You're not at your breaking point. Like I need to hear it from somebody that knows what I'm going through, knows how I am, and knows exactly what to say to bring me back to life, or that's already been through it before and then can prevent me from making those same mistakes.
Yeah. And how's being up here helped with that?
Being up
At
in
AU.
like
At
AU, honestly, professionally and personally, like I've grown a lot from being a member up here. I've met some great people. I met you guys. I met Joe Frankie, Big Ben Landscaping. Nick Oden, NWO, he's the one that invited me up here. Jason Gallahue, like those guys are all great, and Nick helps me a lot with work. Josh Weisler, he coached me the other day. He put me through a little head thing just for like 5 minutes, just asked me a couple questions, and the next thing you know, I was like, I think I'm about to cry.
Yeah,
He taught me something about myself that I had no idea.
I was talking with Nick about that too last night, actually, and he said the exact same thing about Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the people up here are incredible.
Yeah, everybody here, even if they do the same thing as you or even similar, it doesn't matter. Everybody's here to help you grow. Like they just want to. It's not that we're here to get referrals from everybody, right? That's a perk if you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But the best part about it is collaborating and learning from other people that are maybe doing something that you're not doing, but they can show you how to do it and it's going to change your life, which, I have. I've learned from a ton of people here. I did that speaking event with Adam McChesney 2 or 3 weeks ago. I attended that with him and Jason and Corey. And I learned so much about myself in, 4 hours worth of time. It was incredible. I took all those notes, brought them back to my team, and I've been utilizing them, and they're working. Right. So I'm personally growing. My head's on straight. It's good to be surrounded by like-minded people that are trying to also have the same end goal as you. Like everybody here just wants to be happy, healthy, and see what they can do to help other people. And I think that's incredible. And it's been amazing for me, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a special place. I just hit my 1 year mark, and I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere.
No way. Yeah, I'm here. I don't care what it takes. Even if business is slow, I'm gonna figure out the way to fucking scrape up the money to stay a member. Like,
sorry, Abby.
Yeah. And it's just nice. I love just having a place to go. Like I don't have I have an office, but I primarily worked out of my house or out of random coffee shops for years, and just to have like a home base, and then also to have a place that we can do this. It's just been a game changer for me, and like I feel like I'm so much more productive. Like when I come in this room, as long as we're not podcasting, it's like, okay, it's time to work. I'm getting to, and then I'm sitting across the table from him. He's always working. So it's like, it pushes me to like, all right, he's talking to this many people today. Well, shit, I got to fucking talk to some people too. Like I got to get myself out there. I got to make some calls. I got to, follow up with all these people or whatever it is. And I think that, just being in this environment has been a game changer for me as well.
Definitely. I think it brings me a little bit of peace too, because kind of the same as you, like, we have an office, but I'm only in the office 1 day a week. Otherwise, I'm out in the field, and whenever I'm at home, it's great, but it's hard. Like you're sitting there, and there's a sporting event on, there's a UFC fight, there's a
dog barking,
Anchorman's on the TV. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to really stay focused and get those things done. But being able to come up here and have those, those first come first serve offices, like I can come up here and rock something out that normally takes me 3 or 4 hours. I can get it done in 45 minutes if I just put my head down and go to work.
Right.
And there's people here that are willing to help me like answer questions that I might have, which is also incredible.
Oh, dude, there's been multiple times where I'm like, man, I need a guy that does this. And I like have walked out there and be like, hey, does anybody know like a good,
was a plumber the one?
Yeah, there was like, hey, I need a good plumber. And then like, there just so happened to be one here that was like checking out the club. And he was like, I'm a plumber. I was like,
was it Kevin?
Great.
Was it Kevin?
I don't know. This was like like probably back. Yeah, this was at least like 4 or 5, 6 months ago, something like that. I don't even remember. I mean, I don't think we ended up using him, but like, I mean, it was just like, boom, I needed something. And like within a minute, someone was in my face that did that. And it was like, fuck, that's why this place is awesome.
And the amount of support that you get from everybody here. Like, I mean, the golf, we did a golf tournament for Salvation Army.
Yeah.
And
we had 2 teams.
They put 2 teams together here, and it was awesome.
It was a great time.
And that all went to a good cause. So like support on that. And I know that we had a luncheon 2 weeks ago that I hosted, and over 20 people showed up. Like that's supporting me, and that makes me feel good about what I'm doing and the investment that I'm making into myself. And that's what this is. This is an investment into yourself.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
It's not just, oh, hey, let's go hang out up here. Yeah. Sometimes it is,
Sometimes
but like you're investing into yourself by becoming a part of something like this, because there's no way you come up here and just don't grow.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if and here's the thing too that I like is like I'll be in here and I'll go for like 2 hours straight, and I'm like, fuck, all right, I'm gonna go make lunch, but like go out there in the main area, and like the next thing you know, you're just caught up in a conversation with 5, 10, 15 people, like good quality conversations.
Yeah.
That's moving the needle forward in a way that you might not think. So
yeah. I mean, they actually care about you.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody here cares about each other. I mean, I came in and got my headshots done the other day. I don't know if I saw you.
No, I know. I saw the pictures. They look good, though.
I got my headshots done here by Tony, the new social media guy.
Really?
And I was looking dapper. I'm not gonna lie.
You look
I'll
really.
gas
I like.
myself
I
a
like
little
that
bit.
suit.
I like a
you
good
look-
3-piece suit.
Yeah, you look
man.
good
I
in
like
that
a good
suit.
3-piece suit. So
And I like where they did it at with the wood behind you. That
yeah,
looked sharp.
that was a good idea. But I came up here and did that, and Joel was walking by, and he goes, "Man, you look good." Hold on, let me get my own headshot. He took a picture of me, and has it on his phone. So like, it's just genuine care. Like
Yeah.
I didn't expect that to happen. I was like, "Oh, come on, Joel, don't do that." And he's like, "No, I want to save this. You look great." Thanks, Joel.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
man.
Shout out to you, Joel.
Yeah, thanks, Joel. Yeah, I mean, we got what 15 or 20 people coming to my thing next weekend. I mean, I got a match on the CXBJJ card here in St. Louis.
Yeah, we got a party bus picking us up from up here. So if you want to go,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he just sent me the link right before the show.
yeah,
So
we're meeting up here
it's
right
plain.
now. We've got 17 people. I think there's plenty of room still.
Yeah.
But we'll have a party bus, and it's going to take us there and bring us back. It's going to be a hell of a time. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited. I haven't been to one of those in a
Well,
while.
have you
ever? No, I've never been to a BJJ one. I've been to a UFC card live, but never been to like a local fight live.
This is pretty cool. They have you heard it's a concert venue called Red Flag by SLU.
I haven't heard of it.
Okay, it's fucking
like an old
awesome.
punk rock club.
Yeah, it's like a punk
really?
rock. Yeah, so it's like underground, and the way they have it's like underground fighting. It's badass, and you're literally like where we usually set up is right next to the bar, and like we'll have our back against the bar, and we're probably back against the bar, and say that's the bar. The mat's at that wall, like you're right there. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
I
You
mean,
can feel people sweat
oh
in
yeah,
your face.
well, that's the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
scary part. Is the mat is
It's
elevated
right-
6 feet, or no, it's like
Oh,
three
wow.
3 feet off the ground. So it's like it's elevated, so like everybody can see. But like when you're up there competing, like got to be kind of careful.
Please don't toss me off.
Yes, please. I mean, if some people have gotten close, no one's ever like some people have fallen off, but never like bad. Like everybody was like able to like catch themselves. But yeah, that's always something. That's always a concern for sure that you're just gonna get tossed off the fucking stage.
I can imagine, dude.
Yeah,
Scared of heights. That'd freak me out.
yeah, it's weird, but
it is weird, but it is really cool because it's all dark. They just have the spotlight on the mat, and I mean, and you're I mean, it's packed in there too. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm excited. You're
Looking
going.
forward to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be fun, man. Yeah, this is gonna be my third time doing it, so just looking forward to it. I really. I always say that like this is about as cool as it gets for someone I've got some friends that fight MMA and stuff like that, and obviously like that's higher stakes, and like there's always going to be like a big crowd for those, like because I'm used to just doing like jiu-jitsu tournaments, like that's usually what people do, where it's like a typical wrestling tournament where there's could be 10 matches going on all at once, and like your team might be there watching you, but like this is like you got
like a card.
yeah
You're,
it's
Yeah.
cool.
you're the
That's
only
cool.
match going at that time.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You're like
That's awesome.
you're like smack dab in the middle of it,
yeah, I am. Yeah,
So,
I'm like right in the
that's
middle
awesome.
of the card. So
and then Blake's a couple after you. So
a couple before me. Yeah,
before.
yeah, he's
No, I
before
thought it
me.
was after because I thought it worked its way up because it had Kelvin and Dowdy.
Yeah,
at
so
the very
it's gonna work. Blake's like I think he's like the third or fourth match, and I think I'm like the 8th or 9th.
Huh.
Something like that. Because they usually do it in rank. So like they'll do like the white belt matches, blue
Kids.
belt, kids, white belt, blue belt, and then purple, brown.
Kids go to this thing.
Oh yeah, there's
usually
kids
have, like,
matches.
one or two
Underground kid fighting.
They usually have like 1 or 2 kid matches to kind of like start the card off. It's usually like a little kid, and
Yeah.
then like a like a 12 to 14-year-old kids.
Yeah, like
Okay.
the last one we were at, Adam's son was
Adam's
did it.
son compete. Adam's the guy who puts it on.
Sella. You
Yeah.
might know. He's
I think I've met him before.
Yeah.
I know who he is.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a wrestling guy down there. I think he Seckman wrestling.
Yeah, I think he
does-
helps coach
yeah,
Seckman Wrestling. I
helps
think
coach
you're right.
Seckman
Oh, then
wrestling.
I've definitely met him because Fox and Seckman, those are our rivals.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're also some of my closest.
Yeah.
Some of my coaches, whenever I was little, coach there now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And some of the
He's-
guys I wrestled with in high school, coach
Adam's
there now.
Adam's awesome. But yeah, he's like the Dana White of this CXBJJ stuff going on.
That's
It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Does he do press conferences too, just like him?
No, not quite. Actually, Josh McKinney's doing the commentating.
Play by play.
Yeah, which will be cool.
Okay.
Is Adam Meredith doing it with him too?
No, it's him and Jeremy Mullins, who's
Okay,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I know.
That he does like a lot of MMA,
Yeah.
like commentating. And
Yeah,
stuff.
he's on everything.
Yeah, he's good at it.
Yeah, he's really good at it. But
Yeah,
I'm pumped. I'm excited.
I'm pumped.
well, speaking about that, and the show being about being a man, when you think about being a man, by your own definition, not society's, what quality comes to mind first?
comes to mind first.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gentleness. Probably gentleness.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have this idea, for society itself, like, hey, you've got to be a tough guy. You got to be a tough guy. Like, don't smile, don't cry. Like, I think that's, it's cool. Like, right. It's great to be a tough guy every now and then, but also like you have to know when to be like gentle. I think that's really a thing. Is like you have to know how to talk to everybody, how to treat everybody. Like if you're just a tough guy all the time, like how are you treating your kids?
Right.
How are you treating your significant other? How are you treating, strangers that bump into you? Like, are you gonna just chest bump them until you're 55?
Right, yeah.
Or are you just, hey man, I apologize, my fault.
Yeah.
I think really it's gentleness is one of the most important things that come to my mind.
No, that makes sense. Because I mean, you got to be gentle and kind way more often than you need to be a tough guy.
Kind is probably more so than gentle is what I would probably meant by that. But yeah. But a little bit of both though.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah. For me, it's like emotional intelligence, like having the emotional intelligence to be both sides.
Yes.
To have that ability that you are aware enough that you can be kind and gentle, but at the same time, you can be a killer if you need to be.
Yeah. Knowing when to do that is like the biggest thing. When to turn it on, when to turn it off.
Yep.
No, I agree with you. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that the same mindset that makes you grind in business sometimes can work against you in relationships or work-life balance?
Yes, I have, because I take my job very seriously and I'm very dedicated to what I do. And when I commit myself to something, especially like, a job or like a sport, and this is when I started kind of realizing it, like I'm relentless. So like I'll work all day long, all night long. I'll leave my house at 3 a.m., drive 4 hours away, work all day, drive 4 hours back, get home at 10, and then, stay up, haven't eaten dinner yet, haven't showered yet since the morning time. Then you got to get back up and do it all over again. So, I mean, there's days that I haven't been home at all. And it kind of, doesn't put, I don't want to say it puts a rift, but like it kind of strains if, you're not seeing your loved ones because you're so into what you're doing and worried about what you've got going on. It almost blinds you to what's going on around you and how other people feel. So that was one of my biggest things is like learning to, Abby shouldn't have to ask me to do something.
To hang out with her.
Yeah, Abby shouldn't have to ask me to do something. She shouldn't ask me to stay home instead of work. Like I should have known that. So it's been a tough kind of process to figure that out. Obviously, I didn't figure that out right away, but now that I'm finally figuring it out and putting it together, like it's very clear that things are better. And I mean, we're both busy, so it works both ways. But for me, I was just, even when I was home, it was like I wasn't present because I'm answering phone calls all night long, all day long, text messages all day. You're sitting at dinner and you're, and it's almost like a disconnect in finally learning how to, after a certain time, just turn the phone off.
Yeah, dude.
Just,
that's been my.
Hey, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll respond to you guys tomorrow. Like, I'm having dinner with my fiance. I'm having dinner with her family. I'm having dinner with my family. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that important.
100%. You can usually wait. I mean, there's very rare instances where something needs to be handled right that very second. Like, I said it to Gina last night, my wife, and I was like, hey, I gotta go. And this is something I've really been working on, trying to like, all right, if I'm home, I'm gonna be home. I'm not gonna be on my phone. Like lately, I usually get home and I like go plug my phone into the charger, like in the corner of the kitchen. So like, it's not on me. And like, and so for a few hours, I might walk over and check it every now and then, but like, I'm trying to, just focus on her and the kids. And then like, but like last night I had something I needed to do. I was like, hey, I need to go put my real estate hat on for a couple minutes, like for about 20 minutes. You cool with that if I go outside and make a couple phone calls, then I'm going to come right back in and put my dad hat back on. It's just like kind of putting hats on, taking them on and off.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way I think about it. And, but it's always a work in progress, and I think you go through seasons where things are, say business is slow and like, man, I really need to get, I need to get some things going here. And, like, hey, honey, and like, I got to go make these calls. I got to go do these things or whatever it is. And, and then there might be times where business is great, but like okay, business is good. Okay. But I've been slacking at home. I need to be more present with the family. I need to be around, I
Yep.
need to be there. So,
Being aware of when that.
yeah, but you got to
when
be
that's
aware of
going
those
on.
seasons and
Yeah.
like, okay, here's where I've been and I need to just constantly, monitor it. And like, I've found myself in the past not monitoring it. And that's when things, start to slip and go in the direction that I don't want it to. So,
Same.
you just gotta be aware.
Coming from somebody that failed miserably with this, and as one, I mean, there's many reasons for my divorce, but this was a big one. I mean, I put my job in front of everything like that. I mean, being at this point, I was about, let's see, so I mean, her 17. So yeah, 3 to 4 years in the business at this point, about where you're at.
Mhm.
And you're so focused on getting established and growing, and that you don't want to lose that all that work you just put in. And that's where I was. And I was like, I'm at this point where like I'm at this tipping point where like I can be at the next level of what I'm doing, and that's what my focus was. And
That's exactly where I'm at.
it took away from my relationship with my ex-wife, and it took away from my relationship with my kids, and it took us getting divorced for me to realize that. Because now, like, I don't have her to fall back on, like, hey, she's going to take the kids, she's going to be able to watch the kids while I work 17 hours a day. I mean, that's what I was doing.
Right.
And like, especially 2020, 2021, when the market was fucking insane,
Mm-hmm.
with rates being as low as they were. Not just, you got all these refinances, but you got people coming out of everywhere trying to buy a house because it was so affordable because rates were so low.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, I was 7 a.m. to, midnight, really. And I would take a small break to come out for dinner. But like, that's the thing, was like, Melissa was great and she handled all that shit, but it took a toll. And I mean, not to say that we had a good relationship anyway prior to, but
Right.
like that didn't help
didn't
and made things even worse. But and that was the thing, is like I didn't recognize that until we got divorced, and now I'm a single dad that has, like, the days that are my kids, I have to get them at 4. I can't call and be like, hey, I need you to get the kids.
Right.
Like, and she just did that for the last 2 days. Now it's my turn, and so like my phone, like 3:30 rolls around, boom, I'm out of here, picking the kids up, shutting that shit down. Now the days that I don't have the kids, I'm able to do that. But again, it goes back to that give and take. And yeah, I mean, now it's like I'm more present now with my kids. Actually have a better relationship with my ex-wife because of that. Because I realized that, and I realized, like, hey, you know what? Getting to that next level is cool, but it's not all that's important. And I'm
Yeah.
happy with where I'm at, and I can get to that next level eventually. It's just not right now.
Yeah, because those people are gonna go with you
Oh,
to the
right.
next level
Yeah.
if you do it right. You know
Right.
what I mean?
And I did not. I
And-
did it. If you want a case study on how to do shit wrong, that was me. That's what I did. And I can say that, I'll be open about it and admit that failure. And because now I've learned from it, I'm going to move on and be better from it.
Sure.
So I don't want to see somebody make the same mistake.
No, yeah, that's why I'm usually a pretty self-aware person, so I can kind of see when it starts to happen. But sometimes it takes a minute for me to kind of catch on. And I'm like, oh, I'll think about it, and then somebody will call me, and I'll completely forget what I was just thinking about.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man, well,
Oh,
there was something important on my mind. There was
Yeah.
something important on my mind. So I'm glad I'm noticing it now and working on it now. Because I would say a year ago, I mean, there were days that we wouldn't see each other at all, like for a
Yeah.
week or 2 weeks. And it was just because, she was in taxes at that point in time. So she was working overtime every single week, even on Saturdays. And, that's during wrestling season. And I'm working, going straight to practice, going straight to a meet, having a tournament on weekends. And I just got caught up. And then now I'm pretty, I guess flexible and like willing to like move things around to like make something happen. Like you want to go to your grandma's house for dinner? Yeah, let's go. I'll do this phone call later. Like I'll reach out to this guy and do his stuff tomorrow. Like it's not a big deal. Like those guys can wait.
Yeah, like it can always wait, you know. Well, in your industry, I know you sell a lot of life insurance and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Has that kind of made you think about your own mortality?
Uh,
Just because,
yes and no. I would say yes, a little bit, just for the fact that that's what I do. It's like my specialty. We offer a little bit more than that, but it's my specialty, and I know that you never know what's going to happen, and you take those phone calls from people that maybe somebody you just met last week just died. Like, so you're
does
like,
that happen?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Good timing, I guess, for them.
Well, they didn't.
They
Oh,
didn't,
they
we
didn't-
weren't,
oh,
they
they
weren't.
They didn't.
Oh.
They didn't.
It takes
have
a little bit longer than
They
a week
didn't
to
have
get
it.
through.
Yeah. No, they just didn't have it. They just didn't. They just didn't do it, and then
Ended up
that's
dying.
when the owner was like, "Hey, maybe we should do this."
Mhm.
And it's just like little things like that. Like you never know what is going to happen. I mean, even today's day and age, like you guys have seen the stats. More, I guess, more males, especially under the age of 40, are having strokes and heart attacks now than ever before. I mean, you're even in 30s, So it's like you really don't know. And like the way that cancer is literally everywhere.
Yep.
Like that's air you breathe, probably the clothes we're wearing right now. Like that's everywhere. Heart attack, strokes, those are everywhere. I mean, fast food's on every corner of every street. There's like 3 McDonald's in Fenton itself.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 McDonald's in Fenton.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So you just never know. I mean, that's the part that it makes me think about, I guess, is that you never know what's around the corner, and just you have to be prepared for everything. But also, I've lost a lot of loved ones in my life, a lot of friends at a very young age, a lot of family members at a very young age. And I've also seen some of my friends lose more people than you could ever imagine. And whenever that happens, and it's somebody that's like the healthiest guy, you're like, how the hell did that happen? Then it like, okay, man, I really need to work on like what I've got going on, physical health, mental health, like de-stress, like maybe I do need to plan ahead. That's the biggest thing. And that's our goal, is just to help people plan for the unforeseen circumstances. It's more of a peace of mind,
Yeah.
make sure that their family's going to be okay when they're gone. Because at the end of the day, like if you're the breadwinner in your family, and maybe your wife doesn't work, you go away and you have no life insurance. You have 3 kids and a wife, like they don't have any money, and she hasn't worked in 15 years. Like, how are you gonna take care of her? That's the biggest thing. It's like you just really want to set your family up for a life without you in it, because
Well, we've also, you and I had this I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I mean, you can use life insurance as like a savings account on steroids.
yeah, I mean, whole life
Yeah.
policies, things like that build cash value. You can borrow against them. You can put it
Yeah.
up as collateral with the bank for a loan. Like by the time those kids are of age to be able to cash that out, like
Yeah.
they can either transfer it over and keep it for themselves, or they could cash it out. I know plenty of people that have cashed theirs out and used it to pay for college,
That's what I mean, that's,
or like pay to live down at
Yeah.
college, so they didn't have to get a job for their first year or two.
yeah,
you
I
know?
mean, I was telling you about what I have. I've got variable universal life policies on my boys, because at the time I was
Yeah.
going through this, 529 plans were specifically set up for school. Like you could only now, I mean, there's been a bunch of changes to the 529 plans that makes them a little bit more flexible in that sense. But when I was getting all this stuff set up, they weren't flexible. It was, hey, 529 plans are specifically for college. And I'm like, well, my kids are 1 year old. I don't know if they're going to fucking go to college. Who knows where college is going to be at in 18 years when they're ready to go. So I want something that's going to be flexible, that like, hey, if they go to college, yeah, it's there that they can do it. If they don't go to college, I'm not losing what I just put in to a 529 plan.
Yeah.
And so that's where the VUL came in, with talking with my financial advisors, and now they have a life policy. So if something were to happen and they passed away,
God
that-
forbid.
yeah, God forbid something happens, but like they're covered. But on the backside, it's got a cash value. So every month it costs me $175 per month per kid. And by the time they turn 18, conservatively, they're like, each of one of those accounts should be about $100,000 in cash value.
Yep.
And they can use that money. They can either pull from it or take a loan against it and use it for school. They can use it for, and that's the thing is like, I was talking to them and they're like, yeah, well, I'm like, what's like, if I were to take a loan, what's the interest rate against? They're like 1%. Like you just pay 1%. I'm like, fuck, really? That's it? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, fuck, I should start pitching people on this for buying homes. Like,
Yeah.
like that's the thing is just like they're incredible an incredible product that it's just a great way to diversify because it's tax free and you're not getting once you start pulling from it, you're not getting taxed on it. They're just, I mean, there's so many things that you can do with life insurance other than thinking of it as just money that comes to me when I die that you're not going to see any of. That your family's, it's more like, hey, oh, well, my family's going to see it. Why do I need it? Well, because one, like you said, your family's going to want it and need it to help them get through a really tough time. But at the same time, you can use it as an investment strategy to where, like, I know once I cap out and all of mine, like the cash value plus the benefits, like that's going to be a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, a lot of companies have life insurance and it's okay to have more than one.
Oh, for sure. I've got 4 policies.
I was going to say, I think I have 6 or 7 different life policies.
Yeah, same.
And some of them are whole life policies. Some of them, IUL. Some of them just a regular term policy.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, this one's going to this. This one's going to mom and dad. This one's going to Abby. This one's going to future kids, college fund. Like planning out your future ahead of time to where, when you do get to that point, you're already set up and it's already building cash value. You've already got a policy in place. Like you don't have to do, all these jump through hoops.
No.
And the problem that a lot of people have is they think I don't need life insurance right now because I'm healthy. That's right. I mean, you're kind of right, but
that's when you're going to get the best premiums.
It's smarter to get in young when it's cheaper for you. Because you also run the risk if you wait of what happens if you get real sick. What happens if you have a major surgery or, maybe you catch cancer. Maybe you're a smoker, you catch cancer.
Right.
Like, now who's going to sell you a policy?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that's the thing is like, so I got 3 different VULs. I've got a term life and then I've got 2 policies through my employer, as well. And, my policy premium. So like my kids, they're locked in at $175 for the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like that policy's and if they don't go to college, guess what? They're not going to know about that fucking money. And so I feel like they're mature enough to take that on. But at the same time, like,
must have listened to this podcast at like 14. You're like, hey, Dad.
I lied. I don't have these policies on you boys. You don't know about them.
Joke's on you.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing is just like it's versatile. And so if they don't go to college, guess what? Now they've got that money set aside for a future down payment on a house, or they can continue to invest in it and they've got that coverage. But going back to the premiums, like I set up 2 of them before I turned 30 and those and super healthy. Those premiums were, one's $275, the other one's $300. And then once I got my third one set up after I turned 30 and that premium's $500. I'm like, fuck.
Are those your term policies that you're talking about?
VULs.
Your VULs?
Yeah. My term policy I set up when I was right when I got out, right when I started in this. And that ends at 55 and I think it's like $40 a month.
Yeah, we offer some term policies. We offer some whole life policies. The whole life policies that we offer for the kids is cool because you can kind of pick like, hey, I want to pay $5 per paycheck.
Well,
and for it spits a number out based off their age. So like if they're a baby, it's going to be $50,000.
Yeah.
But we don't really focus on $5 million policies, $2 million policies. I can do individual stuff and write, a crazy amount if we need to. But if I do it through the business, what we focus on is at the end of the day is we don't want your spouse to have to pick up the tab for your funeral.
Right.
Because especially if you
don't
have
how
anything.
Expensive they are now.
Right now, on average, they're between $25,000 to $30,000 after expenses, people coming in and things like that. But in 30 years, inflation wise, they think it's going to be up to 50,000.
Sure.
And that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
I don't know too many people that have $50,000,
No.
let alone $25,000 just lying around that.
Just they can go throw at a funeral.
Right.
Well, because funerals you typically have to pay up front.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Like now you're gonna go pull out a loan.
Yeah, you gotta go stroke a check for 25 grand.
Yeah. So
Well, now because I know a lady that was selling this, but you can get locked into now, like you can like prepay your funeral. Like you can basically get locked in at a lower price now, so that when you do die, like it's all mapped out, everything's ready, you got everything squared away and it's already paid for, so you don't have to worry. And you can set it up payment plans and things like that over the period of time. But yeah, you're at that point, you're locked in, say $15,000. Like say you go in today and you can get everything you want for $15,000. You're locked into that price. It doesn't go up as you go on. But
you just want to be careful with some of that stuff, because typically if you don't want to tell them how much insurance you have, because when you tell the funeral director how much insurance you have, if you say 40,000, well, now you're paying for a $40,000 funeral. Yeah. Not in all cases, but sometimes, I mean, that's just the business.
Yeah,
that
keep your cards close to your chest.
Yeah, it's one thing that we give everybody that signs up with us, through the business, is a freedom of choice certificate. They actually get to give that to the funeral director. You don't put a number on it; you just give it to them, and they do the funeral. And then whenever your policy goes through, because sometimes it does take a little bit for a life policy to go through, then that'll get dispersed to them and the rest of the family. So you don't have to worry about finding that $25,000, $50,000 right off the bat. Like that's stressful.
Right.
Enough. It's stressful enough burying your loved one. Now you got to find 50 grand or 30 grand.
Yeah. Well, for the people that don't know, explain the difference between like term life, whole life, universal life, things like that.
So what we focus on, what I'm going to be able to help you with the most, is going to be like the whole life policy. So whole life policies are great, especially for kids. Especially if you just wanted to build cash value, you want to have the option to kind of cash that out, put it up with the bank for collateral. Those are always great. I usually pitch those to people that have kids, but I mean, they're good for adults.
How do those work?
Too. So the one from us, it works. You get to pick, like say we're doing it through a business, they're paid weekly. Well, you get to pick a number.
So you want a $500,000 whole life policy.
So through us, we max out at 50 for that. 50 for that one. You can do more than 50, I guess, in some certain instances, but let's say 50 is the max, right? Yep. You can say, I want to pay $25 every single week, $100 a month. Well, based off your age, it's going to calculate that for me, spit out a number. If something happens to you, that number would double in the case of an accident. So like if you died in a car accident, you had $50,000, and a whole life policy would double to $100,000. Term policies are great. The whole life policies are great for real long term, because they do last longer than a regular term policy for the most part. But also, like, whole life policies aren't really whole life. Now, a lot of people think like it's going to cover me until I die. A lot of whole life policies do end at like 85.
Really?
85, 90. Like they have an age limit on those. A lot of them don't cover you forever. That's the biggest thing, is just kind of educating people on some of this stuff. Term policies are great because, you can find a term policy stupid cheap for $200,000 or maybe even $2 million. But everything you pay into it, if you outlive that term, now goes away.
Yeah. I call that like a rented policy. Like
I mean, that's basically what you're doing is like you're renting it. And as soon as
you only get paid if you die.
Yeah, you only get paid if you die inside that 10 years or 20 years, like I have a term, but that's just because if I die within that term, now my family is going to get even more money. So they're smart to have as an option or like an add-on, but I wouldn't suggest it
just term.
Term, because at the end of your 10-year term, typically, or 20, 30, whatever you want to call it, typically you have to be re-rated at a new age and a new health. So now, after 10 years, now all of a sudden we found out we have diabetes. Now our price is way up, if they're even going to sell it to you at all.
Yeah.
And so it's good to have some terms, but definitely don't rely on that for the whole.
Now, do your terms convert, like where you can?
All of our stuff is 100% permanent and portable.
Okay.
And it's also inflation proof. So, the younger you are when you sign up, the cheaper it is. It stays that price forever. The difference between our life insurance and a lot of other people's life insurance is our term policy actually is for your whole life. So we offer a policy. It's called a group term 100. So instead of 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, the group term all the way up till your 101st birthday. So you're covered until you're 100. But for like, us, right? We're pretty young. We're pretty healthy still. You guys have an option to have it paid off by 65. So it's really cool doing
Yeah.
it that way because now, no matter what, like I always tell people, if you really think you're going to make it till your 101st birthday, call me. Call me. We can meet at West County Mall on one of those escalators. I'll make sure your family gets paid out. You don't, but realistically, like, not a lot of people live to see that, right? But a lot of people, are living till 85, 90, and now there's nothing left, So that's the terrible part about it. That's why it's always good to have a couple options. But yeah, so that's what we offer through the business. So it's really cool policy. I mean, that's our bread and butter. People love it.
Wow. It's awesome.
It was awesome.
One other thing we've talked about before, I know you're really into tattoos. When did you start getting tattooed?
18.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Dad. They got me my first one. Did not like it.
What was your first one?
My first one, I actually have my last name down my spine.
Okay.
And then I have my initials. So my grandmother and I, we had the same initials. So I have it in the shape of a cross on my back. So it's kind of like a monogram.
Sweet.
That was my first one. And then after that one, it was like, oh, yeah,
Dude,
let's
addicting
go.
as fuck.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And then now, now I'm tattooed from neck down. Neck down, Dad.
Nothing on my face.
Yeah. Down to my hands and then down to my foot on one leg. And I mean, I love them, man. It's like a form of expression, it's art and I like how they look. It's just, that's like one of my things, everybody has like a thing that they enjoy. And that's what I get myself for my birthday. Every year.
Told me, every year you go and get tattooed on your birthday.
Every year
I like that.
for my birthday, that's what I give myself. And it's just like, I earned this. I made it to 32. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
So no, I absolutely love them, man. And I don't regret any of them. I mean, they all have
Do you have one
some
that
sort of
I was
significance.
going to say, do you have one that means more to you than another?
My back means a lot to me, but I would say I've got two that mean probably more than most. Obviously, I have my family's name on here, so that I'm not going to count that one though. So this tattoo right here, this Fleur de Lis, and right here it says Bando. So one of my best friends in college and I mean high school, just one of the best guys I knew, smartest guys I knew, funniest guys I knew. We spent every waking moment together. I mean, we were roommates in college. Whenever I first transferred down to SEMO, his room was on the opposite side of the dorm from my room, but neither of us had a roommate. So we spent every single day together. We had class together, lunch, breakfast, dinner, worked at Texas Roadhouse together, like went to the same high school, hung out with the same exact friends, and lost him a couple years back. And we got this Bando tattoo together. So the house that we lived in, that we called it the Bando. It was like the Trap Queen song, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know why he chose that, but he's like, dude, let's go get this. And I was just like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
all right,
you
let's
want
go.
to? I'm down. Yeah.
But the Fleur de Lis, he had the same one in the same exact spot. So I just put that there. He was
like after he passed away.
Yeah. He was, I mean, man, he supported me more than a lot of people have. And I mean, we went through the ringer together, like for a long time, and just genuinely one of the smartest people I had ever met in my entire life. So he left a mark on me that I'll never forget. So I was like, yeah, all right, I'm going to go get this. But those are two that probably mean the absolute most to me for sure.
That's awesome, man.
Love that. Yeah, I've got a big old Fleur de Lis on me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was just for St. Louis. Nothing.
It works both ways.
Yeah, it works both ways.
Yeah, it works both ways.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
cool. I see what's on your arm. What do you have on your arm?
I've got it's like a depiction of that painting right there, actually.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the whole upper half is her, and then the inside's like the city with the gun pointing at her, and then did kind of like a Japanese style below it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like the samurai for like martial arts, and then a koi fish for perseverance and fortune.
Yeah,
I just thought the koi fishes look cool.
I like the samurai stuff, man.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I'm a big I watch movies in Japanese.
Really?
I put subtitles on. Dude, there's nothing like a good samurai movie,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? Like, or they had that show. What was it called? Was it
On Hulu.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, what's it called? I watched it.
Samurai.
Is it
No.
called Samurai?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
Oh,
It's called Samurai.
I was gonna say Shanghai.
Yeah. No.
Or maybe it is Shanghai. Samurai or Shanghai?
No, I'm thinking of Shanghai Nights. That's over.
Yeah,
that's
like
over.
the old Owen Wilson,
Owen
Jackie
Wilson.
Chan.
That one was definitely not in Chinese or Japanese.
No. I just
No.
I love the Japanese style tattoos. I like there's a few people in like the UFC and stuff that have those like giant like Japanese back pieces, and I'm just like,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
I think that's something I'm gonna do down the line.
Yeah, I've got a friend that's got like it's almost like like a temple. They got a samurai temple
Yeah.
on his leg, and
Yeah, there's
it
something-
looks awesome.
Yeah, there's a buddy of mine at jiu-jitsu. His whole back is one of those.
Shogun.
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 That's right.
Yes.
I
Great
was like, I knew it
restaurant, too,
wasn't.
by the way.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't
Shout out to
samurai,
Shogun.
but I was like, I knew it was something like that. Yeah,
No,
you're
yeah.
close.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's tattoos are fun. They're definitely addicting. Because I remember when I got my first one up here, I got this elephant up here, and
You go to Chris Sabatino?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
That's who did my leg.
Yeah.
And he just redid my arm.
he's definitely got his like characteristics with the paint stripes and
yes.
stuff. Yeah, Yeah.
Illustrated realism or something.
yes,
I think that's what he called
exactly. Yep.
it. Yeah, he's
And
dude.
dude,
Shout
he's-
out to
Who did-
him. He's done a lot of
no,
our friends.
No, that's Caleb Genino. That's who's
Okay.
done this whole
Oh
arm.
yeah, I know Caleb.
You know
too.
Caleb? Yeah. He did this whole arm and then my leg, and my game plan next is I'm gonna start my leg sleeve.
I've got some ideas that I want for a sleeve, but yeah, I'm a big fan of elephants. I just think they're they're a powerful, smart, intelligent, loyal creature. And then the Irish tree of life.
Yeah.
And then always had a thing for pocket watches and compasses and things like that. But like, I'm gonna get the boys like they're the flowers of the months that they were born in, like kind of coming out of the pocket watches that has their like time and date of birth on there
Oh
on
yeah.
both of them, and just have it like coming up the arm and then have the elephant.
Yeah, that'll look
That looks sick.
awesome.
Yeah, dude.
I'm a compass guy myself. I got the compass rose.
Yeah, I saw that
the
too.
ship wheel.
Yeah,
That's cool. I like that. Yeah, they're fucking addicting, man. I remember I got my first one and I was just like, all right, I need more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really like foresaw myself as being like growing up, like being like a very like tattooed, but that was it's something that, just you started it and it's like you just kind of add on to it over time.
I knew that I would have one, or I knew I would have some, and I've got the one on my leg and then the band on my arm. But like, it was funny because I started getting into it and my mom was like, well, before you do that, I want to make sure you're going to somewhere that's reputable and all this. So she started going around to different tattoo places. And so she got she went to Iron Age, and I forget the other one where she went, but she got 2 tattoos. She's like, oh, Iron Age is better. You need to see this guy. And so
He
that's
did
who,
my first one.
that's who did my leg.
Your mom like
Yeah.
tried them out
Yeah,
first.
yeah. So,
Hey, here,
but
I'm actually gonna get it first, Pat.
Yeah.
So,
You can go.
so now she
That's
got
crazy.
addicted to it. So for Christmas for there was like a 6 or 7 year span there for every year. We would get her a gift card to Iron Age so she could go get tattoos. She's got
That's
like 8 or 9 tattoos now.
That's hilarious.
So
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, my friends and I, we all, a bunch of us hopped on the leg sleeve train. We all started getting them like at the same times. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
I feel like the leg sleeves become like a real popular thing.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I'll ever do anything else on my leg. The one on my leg I have is fine, but I gotta sure I can show off my calves.
Yeah.
Dude, you do have some monster calves.
You do.
I went and golfed with him last week, and he went to drive, and I looked down, I'm like, wait, what? Wait, is that really his calf?
Is that really
I was
his
thinking
leg?
about it. I'm like, oh my God. That's like my quad. Like, no wonder you can crush that ball, dude.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Like, I look down, I'm like, holy crap. These are freaking huge.
Look at that thing.
Would you just look at it?
Would you look at that?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
man.
That's
but-
awesome. Well, Alex, this has been great having you in here, man.
Yeah,
Is
man,
there
thanks for coming on.
is there anything we didn't get to that you wanted to chat about?
I wanted to ask you guys, I think this will probably be the last one I'll ask you guys. Like, what do you guys, like, what does a weekend, like, for yourself look like? I think I kind of mentioned something about that. Like, what is it that you guys do, when you're not working? Maybe you do have like a kid-free kind of time. Like, what do you guys do for fun?
Man, if we don't have the kids, which is, rare,
Right.
usually we only
Kinda
don't have
different
the
for you guys.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we don't have the kids, it's usually because we have something to do or like somewhere to be, like a wedding or an event or something like that. But it's just, I mean, it's simple now, man. It's just if we don't have the kids, it's just kind of it's a time for me and her to like just hang out and just be us. So like we'll go to
Yeah.
dinner, or maybe go to a movie, go do something like, we like to go play putt putt or fucking something
Oh,
stupid,
yeah.
just
Mm.
like
Yeah,
do
yeah,
like,
for sure.
shit that we used to do when we were dating,
Yeah.
and
Never stop dating.
yeah, never
No,
stop
for sure.
dating. And so like, I mean, nothing crazy. Like we're not, we don't go on like crazy trips or anything. I mean, that's something I'd like to do more like down the line when the kids are a little bit older, but um it's just spending time together and really focusing on each other and not, not work. And, because once you have kids, your life kind of revolves around them. And, you just got to keep your relationship alive. I think that's the
For sure.
biggest and most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, now it's every other weekend I'm kidless. And but they're into sports now, and
You got wrestler and
well, my oldest is baseball and soccer. My youngest is soccer. They're both in Boy Scouts. So like this past weekend, I spent 10 hours at a campground for Boy Scouts. I'm like, what the fuck are we gonna do for 10 hours
did
at
you at
Boy
least get
Scouts?
s'mores out of it?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, no.
At least there was s'mores.
Yeah, no,
dude.
no, it was fun. I mean, I don't see them doing this for a long term,
So
but
they're gonna get tired of it.
yeah, they had a blast. They had so much fun, and I think that's what's cool. But like, I love like when I'm not like they usually will have. I mean, shit. Like this past weekend, we had baseball, soccer, both days, and I mean, it was a crazy weekend. And my ex wife and her boyfriend were out of town, so it was all on me. So that was me running around doing that. But like, even the weekends that I don't have them, they still have sports. So I'll go and watch them play sports. I posted about this a couple weeks ago, or last weekend. I think it was Connor's last baseball game, and I was just like, watching, like, seeing his passion and love for baseball on a sport that was a major part of my life is amazing to watch. Like, that's fun for me.
Yeah.
My glory days are long gone, but like the new glory days are watching him
Yeah.
play, him and Ollie play their sports. Like Ollie, I mean, I don't think Ollie's going to be much of like an athlete in terms of like baseball or soccer thing. I think he will get in. Like he walked up to Zach and said at the jiu-jitsu tournament that we saw Zach at, he goes, Zach, can you teach me how to do that? So I think he wants to get into jiu-jitsu, which I think is awesome. I think that's going to be more his speed, the wrestling or jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Just because he is an aggressive person. He likes that stuff. Connor's more of my, I'd say more athletic in a sense. Like he's fast as shit, so he can run. Like his hand-eye coordination is incredible. So like seeing that stuff, but like, well, if those things aren't going on, if I don't have anything like that, watching them play sports, then honestly, like it's gotten to the point now where those are that's the time where I'm like getting my apartment all cleaned up and taking care of like laundry and things like that, and it's crazy. 37, I feel like an old man, but yeah, that's become fun. Keeping my house, my place clean. But yeah, I mean, during the summer, I spent a lot of time at the pool, and hanging out with people from my apartment complex at the pool, and then playing golf. It's like honestly, I'm pretty busy year round because summer I'm coaching baseball. But like right now, like this weekend, there's no sports and I don't have the kids. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go play golf. I'm gonna, we've got, probably play a couple rounds and relax and do something fun like that. But yeah, I mean, golf is a big one. I love live music. So probably find somewhere that's got live music just to hang out.
Yeah, I like live. As long as it's not inside like a tiny,
right
hole in the wall where
where you can't hear, can't talk to
Hey,
people.
what'd you say?
Yeah.
Right, that's
You're
the worst.
screaming. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's miserable. But
So-
like an outside patio.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure. Like I want to
Oh,
get
yeah.
out to Cottleville. They've got that outdoor space.
That
that's
new
yeah,
Cottle Village.
Yeah,
is
something
what
like
it
that.
is?
They got
Yeah.
that out-
Frankie something.
but they've got that outdoor space, and they've always got live music, and
Yeah, that
I
does
heard
look
it's
good.
just a cool place. Like I like to get out and explore.
Check
If you can't tell, I love to eat. I like food, so I like trying new places and going and eating different places. Like I guess the thing is, like, I have no problem doing shit by myself. Like
Dude, I don't either.
I love it. Like I'll just go to a restaurant and sit at the bar and eat by myself and just chat with people. I mean, I've gotten a lot more into cigars lately since joining here. I feel like I
I
smoke
saw you.
all the time. But no, like there's some cool cigar bars. Like I was at Lit in Chesterfield. I just
Oh,
went
yeah.
up there by myself
Cool
one
place.
day. Yeah, I went up there by myself one day and just sat at the bar, smoked a cigar, had a couple bourbons, and the next thing you know, like I'm chit chatting with the guys that are sitting next to me. I convinced 2 of them to start taking testosterone. Like, yeah, I'm like, this is shit.
Let's all go.
Yeah. Right. Let's go get our shots. Let's
No,
just
yeah.
smoke a
That's
cigar and shoot up.
I like being alone sometimes too, man. I
Wow.
mean, dude, I've gone to the movies by myself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Oh,
I'll go sit at a $5 Tuesday by myself every now and then.
Yeah,
Especially
Ronnie's
you know,
$5 Tuesdays, man.
Yeah,
Can't beat it.
I think there's 6 now though. But
No, dude, we
uh,
went. It was 8. We went
What?
last. We went this past.
the matinee.
Yeah, well, and
Oh.
I think it was 12 because we upgraded to the whatever
Seats,
the,
yeah,
the
oh,
nice
seats.
the
Yeah.
whatever it wasn't IMAX, but it was like their whatever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
We saw that new Smashing Machine movie
The Rock.
with The Rock.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
how was
it was
that?
good.
Yeah.
It was real
How's that?
good, man.
Don't go expecting to see like authentic jujitsu or wrestling.
Well, it was better than most
right.
movies, but it's
It's
not
a-
like a
it's a-
fight movie. I mean,
no,
it is
it's
a
a
fight movie, but it's
not.
more about his life.
Yes.
You know,
There's a couple good movies coming out that I want to go see, but you know now they also just put them on like
streaming.
Yeah.
HBO, which is great because you know you're saving that money. But I like the experience. You know, the
Going to
the
see it in the
popcorn.
theater.
I'm a Warenberg member, dude. Marcus Theater member. whatever. You get the free popcorn. You get there. You go ahead and upgrade yourself to a big one. You know, the cherry mixed with the blue Slurpee, $2 hot dogs.
So
dude.
yeah, speaking of that, like that was so we get like 1 or 2 off days a month with baseball when I was playing, and my favorite thing to do is like I'd buy one ticket, but like I'd map it out. Like, all right, this movie gets over, then I'm gonna hop into this movie, and then that gets over, and I'm gonna hop to this. So that's what I would do. I mean, I was a broke pro baseball player. You don't make shit. I was making $1,100 a month, and I was like, okay, how can I
Squeeze every
Yeah.
fucking
So, but yeah, I mean,
minute
I-
out of this
yeah.
one movie ticket.
Yeah. Well,
Dude, well, I went to
so
whenever I was in high school, when we were at Fox, like middle school, high school, like, dude, your parents would drop you off
at the movie theater.
on Friday night. and
Ronnie's Theater,
Saturday
baby.
night,
Yeah.
And you just, well, I'm talking about the one in Arnold,
Oh,
but
yeah,
Ronnie's
yeah.
too, but we would hang out just in the front of the theater.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sometimes not even see a movie. But then when you'd go in and see a movie, then you would go out,
Yeah.
go around,
Yeah.
go to the next one,
Yeah.
go out,
Yeah.
or you'd buy a ticket for this one because they wouldn't let you get the other one.
Yeah.
So you just go in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just sit
Oh, yeah.
down. Like, hey, man, I got a seat here.
Dude, yeah, that Arnold movie theater, that front of that place used to get wild.
Wait, is that the one right there? What was that 141?
That's right at Richardson. and-
Richardson
Or
Road.
Richardson Road?
Yeah, dude, there were always, I mean, I remember it clear as day. There were hundreds, like,
Oh, dude.
at least 100 kids out there. Like, you got kids from
That's how
Windsor,
Ronnie's was.
Yeah,
Fox,
Ronnie's was our spot.
Second.
man.
Ronnie's was
You know, there
good.
was in the same plaza. They got that Cold Stone. There
Yeah.
was the
Fridays.
Subway. Yeah, the Fridays and then the Subway. And it's like either you hung out in the front of Ronnie's or there was like 2 guys gonna fight and we'd walk over to the
Yeah,
parking lot over
fights.
there.
When you were in
Or,
hi-
you know,
when
like,
you were in,
it was-
when you were in high school, was Jack in the Box the place to be?
fuck yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah,
fucking
dude.
parking
They had
lot in
the 50
Oakville,
cent tacos
Yeah.
back then.
dude.
Or were they 25?
No, it was $1, $2.
$1.
It was $1 for 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I think they're $1 a piece.
Really?
I think. I could be wrong on
I
that.
could. I mean,
you're
I
right.
would. Great. Oh, high school, man. I'd go home. I'd cut the grass on a Friday. My parents would give me $20. It would cost me $8 to fill up my Civic, and then I would have $12. I'd go split a case of Natty Light, which cost me $6. Now I'm left with another $6, which got me 5 tacos and a chicken sandwich at
Yeah.
Jack in the Box.
That's so awesome. Bro, that was the best place. That's back when, McDonald's too. Those
Mhm.
were McChickens were $1. McDoubles were
Yeah.
$1. Now they're like what, 3?
Yeah.
Like,
You
Go
go and
do
spend
the-
$3. I get 2 McDoubles and a McChicken.
Yeah, do the
and call it a
McDickin.
day. Yeah.
Call-
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
we call that the
McGangbang.
McGangbang. Yeah. You get the 2 McDoubles, put the McChicken in the middle, and then put some fries on it.
Yeah.
You could get 2 McDoubles, a McChicken, a large fry, and a large Coke for like literally $5. Like now you go get that and you're at like 15.
All
It's
day.
like I might as well just ordered a number 8.
Well, and that's what's
like,
crazy. That's what's crazy now when people talk about like not eating healthy is so expensive. I'm like, it's cheaper for me to go buy food at Fit Flavors than to go fucking drive through at McDonald's.
Oh yeah, I love Fit Flavors.
Oh, I was same.
Me
I
too.
just actually just found out one of my suggestions is going to be coming to reality.
What is it?
The cheeseburger bowl mixed with the mac and cheese.
Oh, you told us about that last week.
Yeah, I was talking to
dude,
Katie.
That's awesome.
I was talking to Katie and Brian, and they took it in, and Katie's like, "Yeah, I think it's happening."
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're a
Hell
revolutionary.
yeah.
Man, well, I appreciate you guys having me on
No,
today,
of
man.
course,
I
man.
had a
It
great
was
Come
time
a
on,
with you
blast.
guys.
We really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it. Well, we end the show the same way every time. So before we get you out of here,
We like to play a little game called the Tombstone Game.
So,
All right,
all right.
here lies Alex. What's it say on your tombstone?
Oh man,
He was well
Pollock.
insured.
Little Pollock.
Okay.
little Pollock. What is-
Yeah, it's like a term for Polish guys. I had a grandpa. I don't know if he ever called me by my name. He just called me Pollock.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if he ever called me Alex.
Huh.
Wow.
He'd call my dad Big Pollock, me Little Pollock.
Huh.
Huh.
Either that or Little Charlie.
That
Little
that's
Charlie is there's people that I've known for my entire life that will still call me Little Charlie, and I'm like,
is your
"Listen,
dad's name
I'm-"
Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's Charlie. My real name's actually Charles.
Okay.
But I go by Alex because he goes by Charlie, and I don't really feel like I look like a Charles.
Yeah.
That's just for me to sign my name.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at the doctor. No, probably Little Charlie too. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. One or the other.
Yeah.
Good.
But I'm proud of the Polish side. So
Yeah, my grandpa was Polish. On my mom's side.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, thanks
Thanks,
again for
guys.
coming in, and thanks to everybody at home that watched or listened to this episode. If you could please click that subscribe button for us, that would help us out a ton. Pat and I have a goal to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube before the end of 2025. So help us out. Hit that subscribe button. Comment what you thought below. Share this episode with a friend, and we will see you next time.